Hello and welcome to Men's Sexy Undie Review. In this video series I'm going to review and model various types of men's underwear and swimsuits. Today in this first video I'm going to review all of the ones that you see here. Just a little background on this video series. I used to be the kind of guy that just would sport plain old boxer briefs and boxers. One day last year, though, I needed to replace a few worn-out pairs, and I went to the store. And for whatever reason, I grabbed a package of briefs, just the regular Hanes kind, and just to try it out, And so I wore the briefs a few times, and I liked the change, but I wasn't completely happy with a few things. I didn't really like the material. The look was good, but not great. Didn't have a lot of room in the front or anything. And so that's when I started looking for something a little bit more daring and more comfortable at the same time. And I started looking at designer underwear, and I just haven't even looked back since, really. I bought a few pairs. I've been wearing them. They've been great, really. So over the last few months, I've been growing my collection. I found a lot of pairs I like and a lot of pairs that I don't like. So in this video and the videos that follow, we're going to take a look at some of the finer details of owning these pairs of underwear. And I'm going to have a real simple review system. Just going to be thumbs up or thumbs down, or it's okay. And obviously, I'm not a model or professional video editor or anything. These videos are just going to be very simple and to the point with only a little bit of editing. And finally, due to the nature of this review, I'm just going to give a generic viewer discretion advised warning. And with that, we'll get started on our first pair. So here we have our first pair. This is a Mansilk Silk Spandex Mini Brief MB3. This is a 95% silk, 5% spandex brief. It cost $18.75 on Amazon. That's their sale price. It has as you can see, the stitching on the front and also the stitching on the rear as well. It's a nice salmon color. The material, surprisingly, for silk, feels a little bit rough, but that's actually okay. I still like it. One interesting thing about this pair is this is a wash separately item. On the band here, this band used to be completely white. I'm not sure if you can see it in the video, but it's taken on a very slight hint of pink. So you definitely have to keep this separate in the wash, which is kind of annoying, but not so much to say that I don't like it. So, like I said, here's the Mansilk MB3. Like I said, this is silk, and it feels a little bit more rough than silk, but as I mentioned before, it still feels very good on everything. It has a nice pouch in the front, which is very important for me. I'm a little bit more endowed. One thing I kind of don't like about this, in the back here, that stitching I mentioned, doesn't quite ring a bell with me. It's also slightly see-through, which is okay. Overall, though, I would give this a thumbs-up review for the Mansilk MB3. Next up, I have the Mansilk M10 Silk Knit Mini Brief. These are $15 on Amazon. These ones, unlike the MB3, they are 100% silk. Just a standard style of brief, nothing too special about that. The wash instructions do say dry clean or hand wash in cold water. I've actually been putting these into the wash on the most gentle cycle that's available, and that's been serving pretty well. I own two pairs of these. That wasn't exactly on purpose. I accidentally placed an order at two different times, and wound up getting the same brief just in two different colors. So with that, we'll go ahead and put them on. So again, here's the Mansilk M10. There's a few things I like about wearing these, and there are a few things I don't. I definitely do like the feel of it. The look of it's pretty good as well. It's just, like I mentioned, it's a full coverage brief. There's a few things that I need to point out about wearing these, though. One, the room in the front isn't too expansive, which is not good for me. It doesn't detract me from wearing these, though. One other thing I don't like about these, though, is that if you haven't shaved your pubic region in a while, your pubic hairs do tend to stick through this, which is very annoying in my opinion. Overall, though, this is still a pretty good brief, so the review that I'm going to give it is, it's okay. I decided to put on the silver M10 just to show you a couple more things that I forgot to point out in the one where I was wearing the black. Number one, these briefs are partially see-through, both on the silver and the black colors, both front and back. And then one other thing that I just wanted to add to it was, although it does have its down points, these still are very comfortable to wear. The silk is actually much softer than the MB3s are. Up next we have the Andrew Christian Show It with Flashback and Andrew Christian Shock Jock with Flashback. These are both boxer briefs. I was going to review these separately, but I figured they have enough in common that I could just do it in one video. Andrew Christian is one of my favorite brands. I own many pairs by them. These are both a smaller boxer brief. I don't mean that by the actual size, but I mean by the amount of coverage on the leg, and you'll see that when I put them on. They're both 90% cotton, 10% spandex, machine wash, tumble dry. They both have the quote-unquote flashback technology that, according to Andrew Christian, lifts up your butt to give you a nice bubble butt look, and that's something that I really like, but I don't really know if it lives up to it, but, I like them anyway. The big difference between the two pairs is in the pouch. The Show It pouch, you take a look here, has an area in the front that you put all of your junk into. It's a little bit hard to see, but as you can kind of see, I'm putting my fingers in there, and it has room for it right up here in the front. That's supposed to give you a bit of a lift when you're wearing pants. The big difference here with the Shock Jock is that it has a cup built into it. This is a soft cup, not like a hard cup you would think of, like with a jock strap or something. It's very soft, pliable, cushy, comfy. It doesn't have a hole in the front like the Shock Jock, the Show It does. One more thing to add about the Shock Jock version is the cup does come out. The instructions do recommend that you take it out, although I have washed it every single time with the cup in, but I figured I'd take it out just to show you that it does come out. It comes out from a little, it's difficult to see on video, from a little side pouch right here on the inside. And the last thing I wanted to mention is the price. It would be $32 for the Show It with Flashback and $34 for the Shock Jock with Flashback. So that's a bit on the high end. It'd be good to catch those when they're on sale or having some sort of special. So here I'm wearing the Show It with Flashback boxer brief from Andrew Christian. It certainly does emphasize the package more in the front than you would think, like with a standard pair of briefs or boxer briefs. They are very soft, very comfortable. Like I mentioned, 90% cotton, 10% spandex. In the back here, they have the butt lifting technology that's supposed to create a bubble butt look, which, from what I believe, I think it certainly is doing its job. My one big complaint for the Show It with Flashback is in the pouch itself. I'm a little bit more endowed, and it doesn't really give a good entryway, nice, comfortable fall into sort of dynamic to it. I kind of have to force my junk into the pouch. But overall, I do like these, and I give it a thumbs up. And here I'm wearing the Shock Jock with Flashback. Very similar, of course, to the Show It with Flashback. The main difference being here in the pouch. It does have that nice, comfy, soft cushion, which Adds a lot of emphasis in the front, especially when you're wearing pants. Similarly, with the flashback butt lifting type of technology that Andrew Christian claims, giving me a nice butt lift in the back. I like these even more than the Show It because of the amount of room that you have up here in the front. I'm not trying to stuff my junk into a little hole, and this is a very nice large pouch. So these are definitely a thumbs up. The next one I have here is the Good Devil 4000 BAM Jock and the Good Devil 8000 BAM String. I really think of both of these pairs as more of playtime underwear because of their minimal amount of coverage. You can even see in the front, both of them have a nice little play hook that can be undone by your partner, and it's obvious that it's not covering very much at all for either the front or the back on either style. The material is also a little bit different. That's why you might be able to see it's a little bit shinier. It's 80% nylon, 20% spandex. Hand wash only, but again, I've been getting away with doing it on the gentlest cycle in cold water. And these pairs cost $22.50 for the 4000 BAM Jock and $15 for the Good Devil 8000 BAM String. That's from freshpair.com. Here we have the Greg Hom, or Greg Home, I'm not quite sure. Real Silk Thong, 76604. It is a very standard looking thong. 91% silk, 9% spandex, hand wash. Again, still getting away with the gentle cycle in the washer. No big deal. Like I said, not very much going on with this thong. It's $23.25 on Fresh Pair. I really don't have too much to say about this thong because I just really don't like it. It's very tight, very constricting in the front. My testicles tend to fall out the sides. My pubic hair sticks through it a little bit. I mean, overall, for look, it's pretty good, front and back. However, wearing it daily, I've gotten a lot of chafing in my butt, and I just don't like really very much about this thong. Would not buy it again. Thumbs down.